Coach McDaniel, thanks for making some time on this Monday. I know you guys are in meetings. It's a busy day. First off, the smoke delay and what we went through. Your football career, you've ever experienced anything quite like that?
Never like that. There was one year, I want to say it was maybe 2015 or 16. It was like 2 or 3 games. We go out for warm-ups, bright and sunny. Then you go back in and it's just crazy hailstorms in Calgary. But that was only maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but nothing like Friday night. And we did, we had a delay in the preseason, but we were hoping to play, but it just didn't work out.
I think a lot of people were shocked, and it was, the joke around was like, hey, we're going to see midnight football. Like, this is actually going to be pretty cool. You going back, as a player, you were a player, and then now you're watching the players and you're coaching. What would have been the most difficult thing if it would have went Friday night, do you think? Because when I was talking to Wes Cates earlier, a guy close to 40 is a lot different than a guy close to 20 having to warm up and all that jazz, right?
Right. Yeah, I would just say, because you're eating everything before the game, so I don't know how much food you have as a backup. I would say that would be probably the hardest thing for me, making sure I got enough food to play, a whole 3-hour game. But just the time difference, right? You usually going to bed around 11 at the latest maybe as a player. So now you in the first quarter at 11 o'clock. So I think that would be the hardest. But yeah, just finding that fuel for the whole game would probably been tough.
Joe Robustelli, a bit of a coming out party, had a heck of a game. Harris found him. Obviously, we've been talking about that a lot. What has he worked on with you, with the team, to get this opportunity where he is now?
Yeah, well, last year, I don't know if you remember him, but he came in probably 3 games before our second preseason game. So we threw him out there. He had a big catch in his first preseason game last year, but you could just see it in practice. Guys know, and we preach all the time, he was on the practice squad last year, played at the end of the year, but hey, we preach you gotta be ready when your number's called. And he put in a lot of work last year in the off season. And he came back hungry this year. He's been waiting for his opportunity, and he's been playing good, taking advantage. And it was good we finally took advantage of his speed, because that's, where his game, that's his game. His game is down the field. He can make catches with his hands, tracks the ball well. You got a chance to yak it up too, but, he's fast. Like, he can run.
Yeah, building off that, Marquay, if you'd have told me a month ago that we'd be sitting here talking about your receivers group, I'd be asking you about Sean Bain Jr. and Sam Emelis and Kean Schaefer-Baker, but none of those guys have been available to you. Maybe talk about the depth of this group and the work they've been putting in to stay as a competitive bunch.
Yeah, top to bottom, even last year, talented group. I tell these guys all the time, top to bottom, probably one of the most talented groups I've been around, probably more talented than ones I've been a part of, especially when you got guys like Kean Schaefer-Baker and Samuel Emlis, who are Canadians, but, they're to me some of the top guys in the league, not just because they played here, because what I see them do, right? Sam started off hot, got hurt, but you see the guys, you just see the depth we have, right? 2 guys go down, 2 starters, and then we put guys in there, and we don't miss a beat. I think we had, played 5 games, had a leading receiver 4 out of those 5 games, right? Different guys. So guys are ready. They know the offense, and they're taking advantage of their opportunity. That's just something we preach ever since we got here since last year. It's pro football. Guys are going to go down, got to be ready to go and take advantage of that opportunity.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say, you touched on those Canadians. I wanted to ask you about Mitch Picton. He's a guy that's really come on. Took a little bit of time as a younger guy, like many guys do, to kind of establish himself. But he's really come on as a Swiss Army knife type player for you, a guy that feels like he can move around the field a little bit. He's a reliable guy, and he's become a strong asset, especially filling a Canadian role there as well. But he's established himself as a reliable receiver.
Yeah, definitely. Mitch is just smart, right? He knows every spot in the offense. Like I said, it's something we preach, but he actually knows every spot and doesn't need reps in practice to just move to a different spot. That's what makes him, so good for us. A guy goes down here, you can plug him in. He knows what he's doing, right? He's going to catch everything. You saw in the Toronto game, ball goes up, makes tough catches, right? So Mitch has just been solid for us, knows everything, and like I said, just been real good for us when someone goes down.
Now you've had a chance to watch some tape, I'm sure. It's been a couple days. What did the Stamps do well against you? What did they take away?
I think they just came out with more energy than us all the way around. First half, first play, we get a turnover from the defense, and then we miss a block on offense. So it was one of those games where it was like something on every play. But I thought we fought hard in the second half. We actually moved the ball, just couldn't capitalize in the green zone like we wanted to. But 400 yards is something to build on. But we know, we got to be sharper, on the details. And like I said, you got to come out ready to play. You can see, you watch that tape. They came out ready to play this game, and I thought we were kind of slow starting, and by the time we picked it up in the second half, they made some plays in the second half too, and just never let that lead go.
Can you give us a sense, and the listeners a sense, like for you as the receiver coach, like what would you be coaching in a game like that where the offense is kind of sputtering a bit, trying to grind it out? Like what would you be coaching on the sideline? I'm sure you're talking with Mueller, you're talking with your guys. Give us a sense.
Yeah, it's just taking care of the details. Really, that's what it comes down to. Like I said, it's one of those games where it's somebody every play, so you just don't want to be that guy where it's like, okay, this play didn't work because I didn't do my job, or I didn't get up to my guy. So that's what it was early. We didn't get up to who we were supposed to get to. Now we're in second and long, right? So now they can just sit back, make us throw short, come tackle. Now we're 2 and out, right? So take care of your job on first down. Let's get some positive yards on first down. So now we're in second, medium, second, and short. Now the playbook's wide open. So just do your job, take care of your job. And, the physical aspect, we was there, but just take care of your job every play and don't be like, oh, my bad.
Yeah. Riders receiver coach Marquay McDaniel is joining us here on the Coaches Show. You played a long time in the league as well. You're protecting the ball after a catch, right? I'm always... It's something where you kind of get the guys are trying to get extra yards. They're trying to make things happen. How do you coach that? And what do you say?
You just got to be smart. To me, as a coach and as a player, you never want to turn back into the defense, right? I'm going to pick one guy and try to run him over at the worst and, have good ball security, have the ball in my outside arm. So if he does make a good play, at least the ball goes out of bounds. But cover it up with 2 hands, try to pick one. But we had 2 fumbles this year, turning back into the defense, getting hit by multiple guys. So they see it, and it's weird because we didn't do it at all last year. So, hey, it's like, don't try to do too much. You already got the first down. We're already in good field position. Hey, 2nd and 1, we bring in Tommy. We're probably going to get the first down anyway. So just pick a guy, just go forward, and now we still got the ball. We're already in good field position. Even if the drive stumbles, hey, we'll kick it, we'll pin them down and let the defense get on the field.
Yeah, tough balance. Guys are competitors and trying to fight for that extra yard. And in their mind, they're convinced if I can break one tackle, maybe I break free. But it's a tough balancing act there. Looking ahead, another big game this week, like they all are in the CFL. There's no weeks off. But, looking ahead, how much time do you spend looking back to Friday night or Saturday afternoon's game, and before just turning the page and getting set for what's another strong opponent?
Yeah, after any game, win or loss, you go over the corrections, you go over the film with the players, and it's on to the next team. So I hope I see that hunger come out more just in practice. And we've been practicing pretty good, but teams might get comfortable at 4-0, really. So I think we got a good wake-up call is you got to come to play every week. And we know in the West or in the CFL in general, records don't even matter. They could have been 2-3, 1-5, whatever. They're going to come to play. You got to come to play in the CFL. So I want to see how this team responds to a little adversity and just see, hey, we got to go in, play one. We got to be ready to go and kind of hopefully let that play out through the whole game because BC's hot, right? They're coming off 2 wins. They're feeling good. They're going back home. Tough place to play in. We're hearing, they're getting a nice little crowd in there, and that's what you want, especially a West matchup. Someone else's house coming off a loss. All right, let's see what we're made of.
We got it. We got to give a shout out to Sean Mims. First catch, big catch, right on third down. Mm-hmm. As a coach, obviously special to see a young guy get that.
That first one, especially, yeah, for sure. He was a guy that came in last year, and you can see he has some talent. And we sent him back to school, and then coming back this year, you can see that confidence in him. I could see that, he didn't feel out of place, or he felt like he belonged in the CFL, which was good to see. Mm. He's just another smart guy too on our roster that knows multiple spots. So to see him get in there, I know he's been waiting to get in there, but to actually get in the game and to make a catch, especially your first one, big first down that we needed, was big for him confidence-wise. But he'll be fine. He's a worker. He's smart, and he's young, but he'll be fine for us.
Before we let you go, can you give us any kind of update on maybe some of the injuries this week into BC on the receivers, or can't give us much?
Can't give you too much.
Okay.
But like I said, for our group, who's ever in there, the expectation is hey, we're ready to go, and we're confident that we can get a job done with whoever's in there. So we'll see how it plays out.
You're doing an awesome job, like you said, man. What a group, and a lot of Canadians there. It's pretty cool to see. Thanks for making some time today, Coach.
No problem.